back to my channel. So yesterday you should have watched my my budget and weekly check-in setup. If you did not, I can have that linked in the description box below if you want to go watch that first. But today I will be setting up our sinking funds with you guys. So in my other video I did let you guys know that I am using the extra washies and not the main kit, so my budgeting stickers don't match exactly, but there is like some very navy blue in there, so I'm fine that it doesn't match exactly. But you know, some people it bothers, but I do have a main kit, which is where I get the colors from out of here. But these are close enough that I'm okay with it. So let me see how many I need for sinking funds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoops. Let it go. All right. So we'll put in our lines and then we'll jump right in. Okay. And actually I want to put, do I want to put that down yet? Yeah, I do. Put this little thin washi down. Okay, so our first category that we like to save for is Christmas. And if you're new to budgeting or you're new to this channel or stumbling upon across it or something like that, sinking funds, especially if you're new to budgeting, or maybe you're not new to budgeting but you're new to sinking funds. Sinking funds are basically, I look at them as little mini like savings accounts, but I guess more like mini checking accounts, because it is money that will be spent eventually, but we are putting money away for things that like come up. Like if you have car insurance that you pay every 6 months, maybe it's best for you to budget out your car insurance for every month, so it kind of evens out your budget a little bit more. And so when that 6 months rolls around, a huge chunk of money does not just come out of your bank account, because that money is already pulled out every single month. And then that 6 months comes along and you just pay it right out of your sinking fund account, which I keep mine in a savings account. I used to keep it in a checking account. It depends on what you like to keep it in. It really doesn't matter. It's up to, you know, personal preference, but normally if that happens, like say I buy something for Christmas and I pay out of my checking, at the end of the month I just go, okay, I paid that out of my checking, so I'll just swap that from my savings and put it back into my checking, so it comes out of my savings account that holds all of my sinking funds. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. But for instance, Christmas is obviously in December. We decided at the beginning of the year, okay, we want anywhere between $800 and $1,000 for Christmas this year, so we need to pay anywhere between $80 and $100 every month in order to hit that range. So this month we are putting in $100 for Christmas, and then when Christmas rolls around we will have that money accessible to us, and you know, $1,000 or $800 isn't going to be coming out all at once for Christmas, you know. So right now in June we ended with $447.08 for Christmas. So we are starting with $447.08 in Christmas for July. Next up is clothing for Ethan. he is constantly getting new clothing for work because he works in a factory, and obviously his clothes get dirty and worn out and holes and everything. And then we also have clothing for me as well. So Ethan is actually starting in the negatives, but obviously he will not be in the negatives after today when I put, you know, what we're adding in for the month into that account. He's in the negative by $4.82, which is no big deal because obviously all my sinking funds are in one account, so all of the other categories can just float that negative for a little bit. I ended with $23.60 last month, and for each of us we are getting $25 each. I say that like Ethan goes through clothes a lot because he works in a factory, but we really don't buy clothes that often. We kind of like go in spurts, so we don't put much in every month. Next up is entertainment. This is like if we go on a date night or we do something spontaneously with like friends, like maybe we didn't plan on going laser tag, but all of a sudden everyone wants to go laser tag. Well, we don't want to be the ones to be like, oh no, we didn't budget for that this month. No, so we're gonna put together an entertainment fund. So when random things that are fun that we want to go do, or date nights that we just randomly want to come up with, we have money set aside for that. This month we were putting away $25. This month also we are big Marvel fans, so every month that there's a new Marvel movie out, we immediately go see it, usually the weekend that it releases, which the new Thor movie is coming out on the 8th. So we definitely will be going, I believe, on the 8th to go on a movie date. So entertainment, we did end with $62.77. From last month. After entertainment is gifts, and I know gifts and Christmas are kind of the same. Last year I put them together and then I realized that we spent so much money on gifts that we didn't really save any money for Christmas, so this year I have them separated. So Christmas is its own thing, but gifts can be for baby showers, bridal showers, weddings, birthdays, you know, anything else, Mother's Day, Father's Day, anything like that, birthday parties, wherever we're gonna need a gift, or, you know, if it's, I don't know, something that you need like $20 for that you're going to and stuff, you know. So that is what we use gifts for. And this month, in my budgeting video, I did mention that we had 3 weddings to go to, and a baby shower, and a gender reveal, and a family function thing, and probably something else I'm forgetting. But I do have $100 put away in the regular July budget right here in case I go over budget or something with the gifts. I don't want to be going crazy. Sorry, my paper fell. I don't want to be going crazy with it, but I do need to make sure that I have enough. Oh my gosh, I can't get this to stand now. There we go. And last month we ended with $84.90. After gifts is our house account, so we will be spending a lot from this account right now, but we are only going to add in $50. However, our ending for this right now is $3,876.78, and I know that sounds like a lot of money, but this house account is for any upgrades that we want to do. So like if we ever wanted to, I don't know, put in new flooring or something. I mean, we have beautiful hardwood floors, so we don't need to do that. But oh, actually I was thinking about recarpeting our stairs. our cats destroyed it. I'm thinking about, you know, possibly going and getting an estimate, a quote for our stairs get recarpeted. So that's a good thing, like a good example of updating something in the house. That is something that would come out of our house account. Another good example is last year we thought our furnace was going and our oven stopped working at the same time. And at that time we had more money put aside in the house account. But I was like, oh my gosh, if both of those things go out at the same exact time, like we don't even have enough in our house account to cover a new furnace and installation and a new stove. So I was like, yeah, almost $4,000 does seem a lot for a house account, but if you own a house and you're a homeowner, you know that $4,000 does not take long to spend, especially when it comes to furnaces and appliances. So okay, so my husband did come down, so I did stop the video for a second, but like I was saying, with the house account, it's just not enough, never enough. But this month we're only putting in $50, but we did get our tax rebate back, so we did get like another $900 or whatever in our refund, so we immediately just put it back into our house account. So our ending balance here is not actually right because we added that $900 in there, so I don't have the correct beginning balance like to the cent, which is how I like to track it. So I'm not going to put anything in that right now. But moving on, our next one is medical, and we did have this because Ethan was only a temp at his job, so we were putting away money for if he ever had to like maybe go to urgent care for anything. It's usually around $150 for even a copay with health insurance to the ER, let alone if you have to go to, I think like he had like an ear infection or a sinus infection or something like that. And they said, when I called and I said, hey, for somebody with a sinus infection, like how much do you think it's gonna cost? And she goes, it honestly can vary anywhere between $180 and like $300 for him with no health insurance. So I was like, wow, like that's a big hit, like if it's $300. And that's like that was her being like, eh. So I was like, we're gonna start putting away for medical. But he did get hired on in July. He will be an official employee of his company, so he will have health insurance, but he does want to get LASIK, so we are still putting away in medical. Plus it never hurts to have a little bit of a buffer in here, so in case like we do have copays, if we go to the doctor or the dentist, you know, that'll cover copays. Or if we need prescriptions and maybe there's a little copay of that prescription, then at least we have some set aside for that. We also have some set aside, say if we have a big copay like $150 for an ER visit. Hopefully that'll never happen, but you never know. Like last year I sprained my ankle, I had health insurance, I had to pay $150 as a copay, and then I ended up having to get like crutches and whatever else that they had to give me, and ace bandages and whatever else. And my insurance covered it to a point, and then they were like, yeah, but we're not gonna cover like half of the crutches, so like you need to pay like an extra $17. And I was like, okay, whatever, like really. But that came out of the medical fund because we had it set aside and it didn't affect our budget at all. We didn't have to cash flow anything for that month, so that is why I stand by these sinking funds so much. Plus, if we end up getting enough in this medical, or even maybe just like a couple $100, Ethan really, really, really wants LASIK eye surgery, so we are putting away for that as well. I know $25 isn't much, but when he gets like more serious about it, talks about it more, then we'll start putting more into it and stuff like that. But right now we have $123.45 put away. because we really didn't start putting away too much. Like, it was like $10-15 at one point, or even nothing, but we started putting away $25 every month just like a couple months ago. Like, it hasn't been long. Next up is pets, and this is eventually I would like to, did I miss one? No, you just put in an extra line is all. Eventually I would like to have this as enough for each of the 4 animals. We do have a dog and 3 cats, so obviously they go to the vet every single year, and every single time it's like, you know, a $150 bill. Eventually I would like to get it so every time they go to the vet, and it's like back to back. That's how I'm like, I don't know how to figure it out yet, but I would like to get this up so like when they go to the vet, it just immediately comes out of the sinking fund. But for right now, at least I'm building it up. So maybe next year I can start doing that, and this year, like, if any of the animals need to go to like the emergency vet, hopefully that never ever has to happen, but if it ever does have to happen, then at least we have a little bit of money set aside as a cushion for them. Maybe they need prescriptions in case they get sick or something. We did rescue one of our cats. Her name's Luna. She's a calico cat. She is 2 now. She's turning 2 this month, but when we got her, we did not think that she was gonna make it at all. She was so sick. And then we got her better and she fell down again. And then we got her better and then she had really bad allergies that scared us. And so we've had some scares with her. She does have some health issues that she will always be battling her whole entire life. But we try to take very good care of all of our animals, but especially her. We keep a close eye on, especially during the months like right now when there's high pollen count, and her allergies can affect her just as bad as my allergies can affect me. So in case she needs any more medicine again, if any of the animals need prescriptions, then we have that cushion. I know Leela has a couple teeth that look a little bit concerning to me, at least. So I don't know if she's gonna have to get some teeth pulled. She is getting older, which is usually normal for dogs as they get older. But they don't seem to be bothering her, so they weren't concerned about them last year. So we'll see about this year again. But if she does have to get teeth pulled again, another little cushion. So we are adding $50 into that account. And then our last sinking funds is a vacation. Like I said, Ethan just got hired on by his job, so he doesn't have any like vacation time built up or anything like that. So we don't really put much money aside for it, but we are putting $50 towards it. Vacation could be used if we decide to go away for a weekend, take a road trip, you know, if we take a fun day somewhere, a staycation, anything like that. Because we do only have $260 in there right now. And then we're adding in $50. So we are building it up slowly but surely, but even if we want to like go visit family in a different state or something, like I said, a road trip that can pay for our gas, our food, something like that. Eventually we'll bump it up when we want to go on like a cruise or like an actual vacation somewhere, or, you know, something like that. So because I don't have the beginning balance for the house account, I'm not going to write in the total, but the total that we're putting in for this month is $450, which you guys would have seen in the budget yesterday. And I told you if you wanted to see where I came up with that, then to watch for today. And that is how I came up with that $450 and the reasonings behind each oh geez, I've lost it. Each amount. There we go. One good thing about these stickers is they are removable. I have no nails, so it's a hard time to get this up right now, but they do come off easily. There's no damage to the page or anything like that, as long as you pull them up very slowly and gently. Like, I just ripped it right there, but that was totally my fault. I just yanked it up too far is all. But let's put together our savings tracker now. So I usually track for Ethan, myself, my business, and I think our regular savings. So put my total down here. Let's put in our lines. And I know it says date because I was kind of using this as like a log type of thing, kind of like how you would with like a checkbook or whatever, but for a savings account. It's just what made sense to me, but now I use it as like a categories, so I don't care that it says date and I don't actually have dates underneath it. I just have categories. But it doesn't bother me, but this is how I like to use it now, but I don't change it just in case people have gotten used to this way. So I have an account for Ethan, account for myself, account for the business to put away for taxes, and then like our just regular like personal savings. And the beginning I can get for Ethan and myself. So Ethan is ending with $30.13. I am ending with $25.70. And we won't fill this in until the very end of the month when I do our results, because say, you know, Ethan doesn't spend his full $50, then whatever is remaining out of his $50 from his allowance this month will go in this plus category. Obviously nothing would come out of that, and then he would end with a bigger balance. Say I go over, like say I get $50 a month but I spend $55 a month, nothing will go into this plus category because I actually spent over my allowance, and which means I had to dip into my saved allowances. So then I would put in $5 here in this negative, and then my ending would be $20.70. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And then LML stickers, which is the business, which are all of the stickers that you see here in this video. I save for taxes at the end of the year through that, and I keep track of it through here. I also do have an estimated taxes thing to keep track in my business budget, but sometimes I don't like to use that, or sometimes I don't have room for it, so I just always keep track of it in the savings tracker no matter what. And then our regular savings is, you know, just our regular personal savings, or I kind of use it as an emergency fund as well, because I mean there's nothing else that we would use that savings for. And I like to have all of our money have like a name for it, or be accounted for something, rather than just floating cash somewhere. And then the last thing that I like to set up is the transaction log, and you can use this for a lot of different things with budgeting. You can use this as like an actual like transaction log. So if you want to track anything that you spend during the month, and maybe that helps you, like I could technically use this for all of my expenses, but I track that in the monthly view with other stickers, and that's just the way that works for me. But you could definitely use this to track all of your expenses for your monthly budget, but I like to use it for our sinking funds, and that's how I keep track of our sinking funds and how I know what is in each category for sure, and you know, how I keep track of the beginning and ending balances. It just helps me out that way. It makes sense to me. You can use it however you want. You can also use this for like, you know, your Christmas shopping or anything like that. Whatever way it makes sense to you. And then I'm just going to put this washi at the bottom just to have a little decoration like that. But other than that, guys, that's all that I have for you. So after I get off, I'm gonna have to figure out what this actual beginning total is, so I know at least, and put in that total right there. The LML stickers and the savings, I have not even like started for a couple months. I haven't kept track of it, so I need to go back and like back budget a couple months in order to figure that out. But other than that, guys, I wanted to just show you how I set everything up on this page. I explained things a little bit more in depth than usual. So let me know if you liked that, and if you did like it, let me know down in the comments, or give this video a big thumbs up just so I know. And if you would like to continue watching any of our budgeting videos or plan with me's or anything like that, I do have a clean with me going up on Monday, because when I'm recording this, it's on Friday, so actually you should have seen that already, and if you haven't, then it's up on the channel and you can go check that out if you like. But other than that, guys, I am going to let you go, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.